Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I had to learn how to be sad, how to handle it when I'm mad, feel fears that made me scared, know that I can't always be happy. There's rainbows and dandelions. If I said otherwise, I'd be lying. But I know that it's alright. Some weeds will grow in the garden. There'll be times that I'll be tired. But I know that it's alright. I had to learn how to be sad, how to handle it when I'm mad, feel fears that made me scared, know that I can't always be happy. The sun doesn't always shine, have to get used to the night, but I know that it's alright. I had to learn how to be sad, how to handle it when I'm mad, feel fears that made me scared, know that I can't always be happy. It's not always black or white. Some days have shades of gray, but I know that it's okay. And nothing ever stays the same. Resilience comes from embracing change, and I can't be afraid. I had to learn how to be sad, how to handle it when I'm mad, feel fears that made me scared, know that I can't always be happy. Emotional agility gives us ability to live with emotions with curiosity.
All right. That was Happy by Kim Jabananov. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining the show. So early on, that's fantastic. Got a lot of pictures to show you tonight. And yeah, that's the picture of me and Kim at Front Street Social. I think that happened in the summer, maybe. And things are a little bit different with the production here because I'm trying to fix a whole bunch of stuff. And I lost when I changed everything over. And I'm in the dungeon tonight, so you might hear a bunch of ambient noise like that right now, which is the washing machine. Nothing I can really do about that either. Um, but yeah, you just have to bear with me and deal with it. But so what I'll do is while that's going, I'll just keep playing some tunes. But I got a whole bunch of news to go over with you tonight. A whole bunch of stuff that's happening in the scene, and Yeah, I agree, Matt. Awesome song. And Matt did comment earlier about the picture I had leading into the show, the drones. We're going to talk about that very quickly because I saw some cool stuff. And yeah, Kim said thank you. And Kim, thank you for joining the show. It's your first time. I think you listened to it last week and you got an idea what me and Jim do. As you notice, Jim is not here right now. Jim is in South Carolina. He said that he's going to try to get on the show when he's with his daughter down there. They're celebrating the New Year. He only gets to go down there once a year, and he's going to have a few drinks this weekend. So that's a plus for him. I think he's ready to go on that. But yeah, we're going to jump into another song while this goes into its rinse cycle. This is Jim Bellinger, My Little Girl. And later when he comes on, we'll have him tell us what made him write this song. But he's with his little girl right now, and let's send that out to him, all right? And yeah, this has been a great day. It's beautiful in Cleveland, and I could just imagine how beautiful it is in the Carolinas. But Jim Bellinger, this is for you. This is My Little Girl.
In the beginning, I met you, dear. I was so lonely, then you came here. You gave me so much joy, my little girl. Now my life has changed, dear. I'm just flying in the sky, dear. I don't ask how or why, my little girl. My little girl. We're on a carousel of love. We're spinning round and up and down. It's the motion I need, my little girl. The story isn't going to change here. I'll be with you at every bend, dear. 'Cause you're the one I love, my little girl. My little girl. You're the one I love, my little girl. My little girl.
That is Jim Bellinger, My Little Girl. Pretty cool, huh? And you like that graphic behind it? I thought that was very cool, too. So, yeah, we have a lot of things going on in the news. I just want to go over a couple things for you. And I also have this very cool clip that I'm going to play for you in just 1 second. And so, Live and Local, we talked about moving forward into 2025 with interviews and doing all this stuff. We have decided that the podcast will not continue. Maybe we'll do a show here and there or something like that down the line. But I think we're going to take a long hiatus from that and just focus on Outlaw Radio. We've seen a lot of growth in Outlaw Radio, and we've seen a lot of degrowth in Loud and Local. They just don't seem to want to support that show for whatever reason that is. But Outlaw Radio is doing really well, so we're going to continue on that path. Um, what I wanted to say is through adversity and many times blackballing and lies, it can keep people down, and it's hard to get listeners that way. Um, I was with Lisa for a long period of time when I started over at Redline Radio, and then I did a short stint with Phyllis, and then Jim Bellinger came on. I've known Jim, man, we're probably going a year and a half now, but I've known Jim Bellinger for a little while. Maybe it's just a little over a year. But he came on, basically helped save the show because I was lost around July. I didn't really know if I wanted to continue doing any of this. But he came on, we started hanging out and doing a lot of the music scene thing. And that was a lot of fun. And so, yeah, things took off. And then we started doing the Outlaw Radio show because we saw so many internet stations coming out and we wanted to be part of that. And we were thinking that we could do it a different way, like we could do a live broadcast where we can communicate and connect with not only fans but bands, do interviews and do all that stuff. So as we're gearing towards 2025, you can see that like today we're going to try our first interview. We're going to see how that goes with Johnny Rawker. Maybe we need to tweak it a little bit, but definitely going into 2025, we're going to be able to do that. We're going to be able to bring on the paranormal chef, Matt Gutka. We'll be able to bring on Cassie Meadows, or as everybody calls her, Big Daddy. We'll be able to bring her on and from remote areas and be able to have like a live show, kind of like they do the morning show. So that's kind of the direction we want to go. But this way we could show video, we could do Zoom calls, we could show all of these cool AI backgrounds. There's so much cool stuff we have coming. Been talking with a lot of producers and editing engineers on how I can do the show and make it even better and better and better. So that's the direction we're going. So all the interviews that I did have lined up with Loud and Local, we're just gonna do with Outlaw Radio, and all the people that I talked to, like Tattoo Baby, Matt J. Chase, all the bands out there. And I don't know if you guys can see this. Sporting Ebenezer the Crow today, baby. Check them out. Cool ass shirt, right? Yeah, they gave me that shirt when I went to Boutique last summer. Ended up leaving that little festival, that little event they had there, which was so freaking cool. Ended up leaving there with a couple T-shirts and a lot of stuff. So yeah, it was a very good time this summer. So anyway, I want to play you a clip that was sent to me. I know he's watching right now. Darren Ironside. He's in the band Midnight Whiskey Massacre. We played him on the show a few times. His song was just on the last Loud and Local episode, Homicide for the Holidays, with his song Overwatch, Overlord. Oh man, now I'm going to get it wrong. Overwatch and Control. That was the name of his song. I guess the show's up. Timer's off. Oh boy. Yeah, that's what you get for having to do your laundry, And you only get so much time in the day. All right, so this is the little clip that I recorded, and I hope he's cool with it. But I thought it was super cool, and I want to share it.
And yeah, I know you feel so like the 20 odd minutes of music in the studio is pretty much going to cost me like $1,000 once like I get a session drummer, pay for that. Yeah, studio time, the mixing. So I think to yourself, God, I'm spending a lot of money here, like for what return, Love of labour, isn't it? That's music for you, I think. But hey, man,
It's pretty cool, right? He's in England, and he communicates with me 2 to 3 times a week. We share a lot of music interests, and I send him a whole bunch of stuff. And he writes me, and now he's sending me voice messages. And since he's from England, he has like the coolest voice in the world. And I was thinking today when I was listening to that, I was like, that's how my ancestors talked when they came over from England to America, right? The pioneers. And yeah, Matt, anytime you need me, yeah, for sure. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff in 2025. We'll be able to put 3 or 4 people on the show. And we're even talking about down the line I'm getting a new place. I don't know if anybody never really said anything about that on the air, but I'm getting a new place. I'm moving and probably gonna set up Outlaw Radio in my new place. And we could either do it there and have people over, or we could do the whole Zoom call thing, which is a lot. A lot of radio stations are doing that now. So anyway, that was Jared Ironside from Midnight Whiskey Massacre with his message from across the pond. And Matt, I don't know if Jim's out there listening yet, but Jim, Matt thought that was an amazing song. Pretty cool, right? So yeah, we're gonna jump back into the music, and when we come back, we're gonna talk a little bit about drones because there's been some cool stuff. But guys, I'm sure you've never heard this before, and this is me actually. This is before I joined up with the Black Roses and did that album. I was just getting back into the music biz, and I wrote this song, and it's called "I'm No Good." Check it out.
I'm no good for you and you're no good for me. Why don't you open your eyes and realize and see? I'm no good. I'm no good. I'm no good, baby, it's true. All these years I wait for you. Wait for you to come home. All these nights they pass before my eyes. Just want you. I just want you. I'm no good for you. I'm no good, girl. I'm no good. I'm no good for I'm no
What's up, Jason P? Glad you could join us tonight. Hey, I got some photos that I put together for you that I thought you would really enjoy. I was waiting for you to jump on the show so I could show you. You ready to see them, buddy? You ready to see what I got? All right, check this out. So I was looking through a bunch of photos of hot chicks, right? In the Senate. And damn, I don't think I even have it. Son of a bitch, it didn't load. No, well, here's one for you. I know how much you love her. That's gonna be my wife someday. You better be nice to her. Anyway, I had a really awesome picture of Melania. Now I can't find it. Damn it. I hate when that shit happens. Anyway, all right. So it was an interesting week. Um, some very weird things in the news about drones. And last night I watched a whole segment about drones, and I learned something, which you guys are gonna be like, no, duh. But a lot of people out there don't know about this. So there are 4 categories of drones. Okay, and now the military is assigning UFOs, UAPs, UA whatevers names to different things, and it's getting very confusing. So here are the 4 different types of drones. So you have your personal drones, Or your Yahoos are up there flying around, these World War II planes, these model planes, these drones, and whatever. They're flying those around. Those are number one, your personal drones. And those are the drones that they're seeing all over the place, okay? Because since, people are freaking out about drones, what's the logical thing to do is to go buy a drone and put it up in the air and make people crazy, right? So that's number one, personal drones. Now, personal drones only have a short battery life or gasoline life. If they're carrying certain agents with them to do certain things like that, it makes them heavier, which means they can't be up in the air as long. Also, most drones don't fly at night because they can't really detect and see. Isn't that interesting? So, really cuts out personal drones because people really, unless you're super loaded with money and you have nothing to do and you're a total nerd, um, you're not going to have a drone up there all day. And a lot of these drones are the size of SUVs, which is crazy. Get me to my next point about drones because I saw something the other night. I was with Jim and I pointed it out to him, so I have a witness to this whole thing. So, second is your commercial drones, the people that are delivering things that are pharmaceuticals, Pizza Hut delivery, whatever. Those are your commercial drones, your UPS, your post office, stuff like that. Okay. Your third drone is your military drones. And military drones are very easily detected. People know what a military drone looks like. The military knows what a military drone looks like, blah, 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 blah. And then your last category of drones is what I like to refer to as your WTFs. And I think that should be the new name. Instead of UFO, let's just call them WTFs. Okay, I think that's a great one. Um, yeah, so I was over at Jim's the other night. We were discussing the show and the direction we're going to go, which I'm going to discuss after I play another song. Um, and I was on the porch having a cigarette, and I was looking up, and I saw this weird star, right? And I thought I'd watch it for a minute because it's the first clear night we've had in forever. So I'm looking at it, right? And all of a sudden I see it turn. I see three little dots and then a circle, and then it turns in a circle and lights up red and green in a triangle pattern. And then it dissipates. And then it does it again. And then it dissipates. And then it does it again. So I ran inside. I'm like, Jim, you got to come out here and see this, man. So he stood out there and he watched it. But it was cold as shit the one night. So we only watched it for a few minutes. I'm like, that's definitely a drone. And look at the size of that thing. And that thing was far away. I would estimate in my head. I'm no genius when it comes to math and distance, but that was far away, to me anyway. And that thing was giant. So yeah, I think I saw my first two um, WTFs this week in Cleveland. And definitely that one was something I have no idea what that shit was. But yeah, there's a lot of things up in the sky and more so than ever before. And yeah, guys, hey, thanks for coming on. Eric Paul is on. Hey everyone, sorry, just got back from a gig. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're doing great. And saw you made the charts in Outlaw Country. That is very cool. And what's really cool about that is that a lot of people would think that the music is like rock and roll. Your older rock, right, with a spiritual thing to it, and Outlaw Country is loving it. So yeah, we're having a great time. And Janine Spring, you're on, girl. I have not ever seen you on. This is very cool. It's a very cool night right now. A lot of support for the show. So yeah, this is a very good time right now. Me and Jim are super excited, and so before I play the next song, I'll just say a couple things. We have worked relentlessly since bringing Loud and Local on, and then trying to get that off the ground and doing quite well, but we're just not getting a lot of views, and you have to weigh what you want to do, right, and how you want to go about things. So me and Jim, we reach out to everybody, and I think we've told all of our friends a million times over where to find the show. And I said to him the other night, he's like, "Man, none of my friends watched tonight." And I said to him, I'm like, "You know what? We've told everybody. And now, Jim, we're not going to tell nobody no more. We're just gonna let them come find us. So that's gonna be the route that we're gonna go. I spent so much time scrutinizing over numbers and views and shares and likes, and I said to him, I'm like, no shares, no likes, no views, no gift, no fucks given. And he's like, yeah, Jeff, you're right. Zero fucks given. Let's just work on things and focus on the show and make it as best we can and just go from there. So that's the plan and that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna kick it into another song. This is a friend of the show. We're friends of the agency he's with, which is Greenleaf Entertainment. Jay over there. And so this is James War. This is a song called It Goes Like This.
And it goes like this. This hole is getting bigger, and I'm falling in. My soul is getting weaker. Pick it up, pick it up. And it goes like this. One day I seek forgiveness for everything I've done. The next I wanna hurt you. Pick it up, pick it up. There's thunder in my heart and in my soul. There's thunder in my heart and in my soul. And it goes like this. My life is so confusing, not sure where to turn. Pick it up, pick it up. And it goes like this. This hole is getting bigger, and I'm falling in. My soul is getting weaker. Pick it up, pick it up. There's thunder in my heart and in my soul. There's thunder in my heart and in my soul.
Hell yeah, James War. That was a fantastic song. I thought that was really great. And I think that that deserves a round of applause. That's a new song by James War. He's also across the pond. I wanted to mention to you guys, James, meet Darren. You're both in England. You guys should collab on a song. You heard what he had to say about how hard it is to find musicians in the across the pond. So maybe you could go over there and give him a hand. What do you think?
Tactical nuke!
I think that was a great piece of advice. Okay. You know, Jim's not here to do the Shenanay news or the word of the day, so we do have a word of the day. We'll probably read it off right before the end of the show. But anyway, so on today's show, we're going to try a Zoom call, and that's going to come a little bit later, I think within about a half hour or so. And that's going to be Johnny Rawker of Conspiracy 216. And he's firing it up. He's coming on in a hot few, so that ought to be very cool. Okay, so I'm going to read something about local support because it was a big issue amongst people on social media this week. I heard a lot of people talking about it. I had my 2 cents. So I looked up a few things because, as you guys know, I like to look shit up. All right, so local sport in 2023, a report was done where over 1,000 musicians and entertainers were asked, "What is the one thing needed for local scene to thrive?" That one thing was media, like radio stations, podcasts, and promotions. Cleveland has a huge base for internet radio stations, podcasts, but all with low numbers. Many, many shows have low numbers, and I find that really weird, right? And we also have low numbers. So let's be honest. We've had some really big numbers. We're probably going to have a decent show tonight. I can't get out of the numbers thing. Jason's be like, stop thinking about it. But yeah, it's just embedded in me. Anyway, a huge base for internet radio stations in Cleveland. And it's sad to see that there's very little sharing, right? And that became a big issue. Like likes, views, shares, comments. You see very little comments, man. It's so easy to share. Just hit that button and share. So easy. Doesn't cost anything, man. You're on anyway. I share everything. I probably share so much that you guys get sick of me, right? So they said that the take a look at some of the biggest challenges musicians face. Artists today, the music industry is already saturated beyond repair with all these different styles of music. Financial hurdles, lack of industry knowledge, and number one, lack of support amongst their peers. Which, lack of local support, I couldn't believe that. But you know, it's true. Let me also read this other statistic, and you guys are going to find this shocking. But this isn't just Cleveland. This is Cleveland, Northeast Ohio, Lodi through Southern Ohio. Last year, Cleveland lost, amongst Ohio as well, 10 music podcasts. 8 promoters stopped doing shows. 13 internet radio shows recently stated online it was from lack of support. And I'm online. I'm online a lot, you know. So I'm always looking up stuff, and yeah, that's what's going on in the local scene. So I'll say this: when I came back into the music scene, all I wanted to do was help my friends that I knew in the music scene. A lot of my friends, unfortunately, have passed away over the last few years. Due to their own powers or God above. But yeah, we have a crazy music scene, right? And when I came back into the music scene, I just wanted to be part of it. I just wanted to do shows again. I wanted to meet people. I wanted to hang out with the bands and be part of the whole thing. And I still play music and I still write music and a whole bit. And I still have a lot of friends in the music business and also industry as well. So I wanted to be back in the music scene, and so we put a lot of work into Outlaw Radio, and then a lot of shows put a lot of work into their thing. And I've worked for 2 or 3 different radio stations. I know how much work goes into putting on a podcast. It's a ton of work. So yeah, um, lack of support is a big thing. And so my goal, and with Outlaw Radio, and Jim agrees, and I know Matt Goot out there agrees, and Cassie, because I know they share a ton of stuff. Our focus will always be music in Cleveland, supporting the scene, and playing our peeps music. So, yeah, we're out in the scene. We're going to do good things. We're going to keep pushing. And with that in mind, we're going to play something for you. Something very, very cool. This is my Cleveland project. And this is for you guys. When we come back, we'll sit and talk with Johnny Rawker. Hell yeah.
I never knew the bottom was so low. The more I try, the deeper I go. When I look up and try to see the light, it just doesn't seem to be that bright. Need a chance to start all over, placing the past far behind me. A little help will go a long, long way. Don't wanna see the light fade away. Living the dream has no meanings. I'm hoping to find my way off this wayward path. Living in these times brings me to my knees. Just doesn't seem to be that fair. Needing a chance to start all over, placing the past far behind me. A little help will go a long, long way. Don't wanna see the light fade away. Need a chance to start all over, placing the past far behind me. A little help will go a long, long way. Don't wanna see the light fade away.
My Cleveland project. Fade away. What's up, Johnny?
What's going on, gang? Hope everybody having an awesome one. Sorry, I'm a
Hell
little
yeah,
late.
man. First interview. Worked like a charm. You came over perfectly. Got you right on here. That's fantastic. I have to move over. I'm not used to this whole deal.
There
All
we
right,
go.
cool.
Look
So,
at that.
man, we've been playing your music since the show began, right?
Absolutely.
We've played Sadistical. we started with Ace of Spades, correct?
That's right.
Did Sadistical, that ran for a while, and then you came out with the killer song that blew everybody's brains out all over the place with Death Slayer, right?
Absolutely, man. It was kind of wild. So, like, I was on vacation in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina,
That's right.
when you guys started spinning Sadistical. So it was kind of cool. Like, everybody I was mingling with down there, like turning them on to Outlaw Radio. So it had a super surreal moment of the night that you played us. We were talking to these bikers in the restaurant we were in, and I give them the link to everything, and we're sitting there drinking, and then all of a sudden I hear Sadistical blaring, and I'm like, what? And it was one of those dudes on his bike going down the strip, and he's like, conspiracy, woo! So it was like,
Oh, that's fantastic.
let's go, man.
Hey, man.
So,
So, did he know you beforehand, or
nope.
it was playing on Outlaw Radio?
Yeah,
Maybe,
so like they just come into the bar and we were hanging out talking, and he was like, you look like a metal guy. I think I had a Slayer shirt on or something. I was like, yeah, man, I'm in a band in Cleveland, and we're actually waiting for it to be on the radio right now. And he's like, really? Give me the link. And so,
oh, that's
so,
fantastic.
so as you guys were live, it was, blaring on a gold wing going down the strip. So it was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so
man.
that had to be totally surreal then, right?
Absolutely, man. It was a good feel. Good
All
feel.
right, so tell me a little bit about. All right, so there's a whole bunch. Well, first off, before we even get into that, you have a brand new drummer.
That's
Tell me
right.
about your new drummer, and then
Yeah.
before we play your next song, we'll do a little clip of your drummer too. Okay?
Absolutely, yeah. So when we started Conspiracy, we had a guy named Dwayne Gupton on drums, and he kind of helped me get the whole ball rolling. Dwayne's an awesome guy. He used to be in Big Ugly, if anybody remembers them, with Anthony Gonzalez from Four Locos.
Yeah, for sure.
And we kind of got Conspiracy up and going, and the original plan was that Conspiracy was just going to be this little part-time thing. Like, just jamming with some friends that, were in cover bands. And soon as we started putting it together, man, like there was a lot more magic than we kind of anticipated. And, Dwayne immediately, like he works an amazing job and, super busy. So he was like, you guys really kind of got to find a full-time guy. And we stumbled into this monster named Brett Miller. Kid's 18 years old, right? All the energy in the world. Even though he's 18, he's been playing live for years. I mean, he started playing drum when he was like 2 or 3. Has a family that's ultra supportive. He's been with the band Huckin' Philbillies. If anybody, especially out on the east side, are familiar with those guys, like they headlined Bike Night last year. Really, really killer band, and like we couldn't be happier to have Brett. Like he was the missing piece to the puzzle for sure, right?
That's very cool. Jason had chimed in and said, "Bikers are the vanguard of the underground."
Absolutely, you know it, man.
That's pretty cool. So, he came on board, and then now, did you wrote Death Slayer prior to him coming on board?
Basically, Death Slayer was in the demo stages, and our thought was like we had a lot of drummers that were very interested in playing with Conspiracy, but all they had heard was like Ace of Spades and Sadistical. So everybody just kind of assumed we were just going to be like a stoner rock band, and I come from I'm relatively new to the Cleveland scene, but for anybody that doesn't know, I've been in signed touring bands since 1996. I was in a death metal band called The Eternal Suffering for about 8 years. And when that band folded, I took a couple years off, and I ended up in a hardcore band called Project Downfall, which we used to tour and come through here, play the old Peabodys, all that stuff. And, with the Chimera guys and all that. And that was kind of like my link to Cleveland. So I come from that original world. Like that's, kind of my thing. And death metal and hardcore was kind of like my roots. So I knew that I wanted to do some heavier stuff. So our thinking was like, let's just go to the extreme. Let's do the heaviest, most balls out track we can do. And that is going to be our litmus test for a drummer. So like when I just wrote that song with the gloves off, and we found Brett right while it was happening. And it was amazing because I sent him the drums, or I sent him the track with no drums on it, and he came back with what you heard and just crushed it. And it was like, this is the guy. So that Machine teaser video that we had out there, that was basically Brett just throwing down the drums on Death Slayer. And so, he just immediately came in and leveled the band up,
Yeah, well, I remember when you started looking for a drummer, and it was just, to me, it seemed like it was only just a few months, and then Brett came on board. Or was it longer than that?
It's the whole process. I mean, Dwayne left us basically right when I got back from Myrtle Beach. So it was like the end of October. And basically I just kind of hunkered down into the HQ and started writing, working on the album. And we were planning, we had 4 or 5 guys that wanted to audition, and Brett came first. And it was just like the best thing. If anybody here knows our bass player, Jonathan Cartagena, like Jonathan's pretty popular in the music scene. He was in Green Jelly. Anybody remembers Green Jelly, Three Little Pigs? Like
sure.
Jonathan was in that band and cut his teeth. But Jonathan's very stoic on stage. So like he stands there and he's cool. There's not a lot of emotion. And when we were auditioning Brett, we rip into Ace of Spades. And not only did Brett play Ace of Spades, but he played our version of it and started throwing the double bass and the cymbals thing in. And I turned and looked at Jonathan, and his eyes were like this big around. He's like, damn. And like, that was it. He was in. Like,
even though Jim mentioned the double bass, we were talking about how fast those beats were. And we're like, man, that's so fast. But yeah, that's cool. And then you came up with another song that we debuted last week, which was Work Sucks.
Yeah, Work Sucks, man.
Everybody can relate to.
Right. And what's funny about Work Sucks is like, for those of you who don't know, I stream on Twitch. I've been doing that full time basically since COVID, and like we play video games, we do music and stuff like that. But it started as a challenge. So like, my chat challenged me. I was like, okay, guys, I'll write a song, you pick the style and you pick the subject. And like whoever wins, that's what we do. So the style came up and it was like punk rock hardcore. And the subject was an Iron Sheik meme. If anybody's ever seen that meme of the Iron Sheik that says, fuck the Monday, like that was it. So we sat there on stream, and in 90 minutes, that song kind of came out. And there wasn't any plan for it to be a conspiracy thing. That was just, something, funny that I did. And soon as Brett came into the band, we were just going through all the material that I had, and he heard that song. He was like, dude, this is amazing. Like, this has to be the next thing that comes out. So that's why I like that song. That's me on lead vocals and, and all that kind of stuff. So, but, and cool. You guys, like, I just started getting the SoundScan info on it, and like, it is going ape shit on Apple Music. So, thank you guys, man.
I sent it to Rockstar Radio earlier this week, and Angelina has it. It's on the Morningwood Show, which goes 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. every single day. Then it's on Outlaw Radio Show. It's on this show. It's on the Outlaw Radio Show on Thursdays. And then every other Monday, we do this thing called the Local Haunt. And it's like all this heavy gothic music. And you're in that, too.
Awesome,
I'm pretty sure Sadistical, Ace of Spades, Death Slayer, and now Work Sucks is all in those rotations.
That's cool, man.
Cool, right?
Shout out to the Outlaw Radio Nation. Like, you guys are freaking amazing.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
I run the conspiracy page, too, and all day long, it's folks coming in and commenting, from that. So, it's got us jazzed and excited to get out live for you this year.
I don't know if you've seen this. I'm going to put it up real fast here. I don't know if you've seen this yet today, but you're in the top 5. You're number 2 in our metal thing.
Let's go, man. I'm
pretty cool.
Very humbled and very honored to be there among those guys, man.
Yeah, Freaky Things is a really cool band. They're a signed band. Man, no, it's going to be hard for me. Detroit, Michigan. I was saying Florida last week, but it's actually Detroit.
Yeah. Lots of good memories playing Detroit, man.
Yeah, Detroit's a great place.
We used to play Harpo's in Detroit all the time. And actually, one of the mods for my Twitch channel just passed away. It was a guy named Dave. Sadistical is written about Dave. His online handle was Sadistical66. but that he was a security guard at Harpo's. So it was kind of interesting that he rolled into my Twitch chat and he was like, "You look familiar. Are you in a band?" And like at that point I'd said nothing about being a musician on Twitch. He was like, "You're from Project Downfall." And it's like, dude, how do you know that? And it's like you get out on the internet, you think it's the Wild West, but it's really kind of a small world. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, very cool. Hey, before we play Work Sucks, I want to see if we could get this on, because I want to show everybody your new drummer. I want to see if this works here. Let's see. There we go.
Oh, here you go. So there's the drums to Death Slayer happening live.
Yeah, that's cool.
Go. This is where the mosh pit starts picking up.
Nice.
Yeah, if anybody's a fan of old school Morbid Angel, you hear exactly what I'm saying.
So yeah, I love that. We show that to everybody.
Yep. Calling him the Machine is kind of like a tongue-in-cheek joke. Everybody knows that people in every music scene like to talk, right? And when Sadistical had come out and Ace of Spades had come out, there was a lot of talk about this band even before. So honestly, that's why I called it Conspiracy 216. Because before we even knew what we were going to call ourselves, all these people were talking, because it's this new guy, new to town from these original bands, and why is he hanging out with all these musicians from cover bands? And it was like a big conspiracy, so we leaned into it. And there were a few snarky comments when Ace of Spades and Sadistical went out that, like, there's no way that that's a real drummer. Like, they have to be using a drum machine. That's not, nobody can play that in Cleveland. So that's why we called him Brett the Machine Miller. It's like, well, nice. A little tongue in cheek, right?
Yeah, you're right. A lot of people like to talk.
Yep.
And yeah, I took a long hiatus from the music scene, and then when I came back, it was all woke and shit.
Right.
I laugh about it all the time with Jim. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Man, the thing that I've learned, like, I did a big conversation about it on Facebook a few weeks ago, but like, I've been in a lot of scenes in a lot of different parts of the country, and I played rock and roll all over the world. There is something very special in Cleveland. And as a whole, the scene here is way more positive than any other scene I've ever been a part of. I've been in much smaller, not as good scenes where everybody is talking crap about everybody, trying to slit each other's throats and steal each other's opportunities. But man, people here genuinely love and support their local scene. Whether it be cover bands, whether it be original bands. And like I said, I consider myself, privileged to be an outsider that gets to be a part of it. And, Johnny Rawker's an entity didn't exist in Cleveland before March, and to think about where I'm at now, getting invited to the music awards and, a new project and getting to jam with all these amazing bands. It's like, it just goes to show you Cleveland opening its arms up and just being amazing. So,
very cool. You heard it here on Outlaw Radio from Johnny Rawker. Hey, Johnny, I'm going to have you introduce your very new song, and then we're going to go to that song, and I'm going to bid you farewell for the evening. I want to thank you for coming on. It won't be the last time you come on, because now that we could do this thing, I'm going to have you come on every time you're going to feature a new song.
Absolutely, man. I'll come hang out with you anytime. So this song, chat, is the ode to the working man. So to all of us that I got to get up tomorrow and go to work and you hate it, but you got to make that paycheck. This is Work Sucks by my band, Conspiracy 216. Let's roll.
Very cool, Johnny. You have a great night. Take it easy.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys.
leads us straight. The girl with the eyes, a Mongol eye. There's so many creatures. I know where to go. Take these dreams and set me free. I know where to go. When you cage, just like me. It's a freak show. Who's a freak? Come a little closer. Freak show. You're a freak. Stand right up. Come in and join the show. Who's a freak? Are you just like me? You're a freak. An animal. Caged like me. Come in and join the show. Who's a freak? Are you just like me? You're a freak. It's a freak show. Come a little closer. Who's a freak? Freak show. Just a little closer. Step right up. It's a freak show. Who's a freak? Are you just like me? Freak show. Just a little closer. Step right up. Join the show. Who's a freak? Yeah, you're just like me. You're a freak. You're a freak. You're a freak. You're a freak.
You're a fucking freak. I love the way this song ends. Very cool. You guys agree? Aren't we all? That's why I love you, Matt. You're gonna be perfect for this show. I already know you're a freak. And I also know that Cassie's a freak too, and we both know that Jim's a freak. So yeah, this is gonna be one hell of a cast. What do you guys think of the Zoom call, right? What do you guys think of that with Johnny Rawker? How great did that look? How fantastic is this going to be moving forward? Being able to interview now and bring on musicians and all you guys out there that rock and roll in Cleveland. And Johnny said this is the best scene in the nation. He's toured the nation. He knows all the areas. So he's a rocker, man. He's out there doing it, right? So yeah, Johnny, thank you so much for being part of Outlaw Radio, being part of the beginning with us. We're gonna do a lot of stuff together. Johnny says I'm not a freak, but I play one on TV. Yep, I like that very much. That's very cool. I also play one on TV, and I am a freak. I don't know, maybe a weirdo. I've been called a weirdo. I also know all the words by Creep by Radiohead. So, 'cause I'm a creep. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, Janine said that was very cool. Yeah, I love the idea. So all you musicians out there, I'm gonna be hitting all you guys up. You know, Eric, I'm gonna be hitting up Johnny again. I'm gonna be hitting up Freak Show. All you guys out there, I might want to say their name right, Freaky Things. But I'm gonna hit all you guys up. And Angelina Green's gonna be on the show. We're gonna set up an interview with her. I think next week we're gonna talk live with Kim Jovanov, who sings the song Happy. We're going to bring on Casey Meadows for a short bit. And I also want to, if Matt Gutka is available, I want to bring on Matt so he can introduce himself as the paranormal chef. So, and Matt, I don't know if you know out there, but we're going to try to combine Outlaw Radio with Loud and Local. So we're going to bring some of the elements of the paranormal and some of the stuff we do with Loud and Local to the Outlaw Radio format. And when we do that, we're not going to really care too much about all these different views and shit like that, right? So But, Eric Paul says, "Yeah, Angelina. Yeah, she's fantastic." And I have a brand new picture of Angelina I want to show you guys. And she sent this to me the other day, and I just about fell out of my chair. But look how beautiful this girl is. My boss, Angelina Green, Rockstar Radio, Underground on Live 365. If you guys haven't checked that show out yet, Outlaw Radio has a playlist that we put together that plays all of Cleveland's music, all the music that's ever played on the show. We do 2 full hours from 6 to 8 p.m. every Thursday on Outlaw Radio. I'm sorry, on Rockstar Radio under the name Outlaw Radio. We also have a couple other shows that we do, and we also have the Morningwood show that we put together with our buddy Bobby Beavers. And that's a really great show, too. And yeah, that's Angelina, our boss at Rockstar Radio. And here's a little shout out to Angelina.
Into Outlaw Radio Show with your host, Jeff James, only on Rockstar Radio Underground. Now, grab a hold of those knobs and crank that shit.
Yeah, so that's our girl Angelina Green. So yeah, we're definitely gonna be bringing people on. Johnny just said he's gonna write a song called Ghost Tacos at Matt Guga. That's very cool. Yeah, I love that idea. And as Johnny talked to me about doing a Typo Negative song, he talked to Jim Bellinger about doing a song, and Jim showed me the song, and I'm like, dude, that's from the movie Dust for Dawn. And he's like, it is? I'm like, yeah, that is a movie, bro, and that's a killer song. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys do with that. So, and I'm interested in doing that Typo Negative song. I actually listened to it and heard it's either some keyboard parts or synth parts, but something I could definitely play around with. We got some ambient noise in the background right now. But all right, we're going to jump to a song so you guys don't have to listen to that shit. And Jason P., this is for you. This is a song called True Devil, and this is a band from our area, and they freaking rock. Here you go, buddy.
Spread your light to
There we go, Cleveland. So Jim is in South Carolina. He has not joined us this evening. He's probably 3 sheets to the wind, I'm guessing, having a great time. All right, so in honor of Jim not being here this evening, I do want to do one part of the Shanae news that he normally does, and this is going to be Word of the Day. And me and him talked about the Word of the Day when I saw him on Friday night, and we saw the Jam Machine, who part of Cover Wars has made its way into the top 3. They were fantastic. I had a great time. They played my favorite song, Kids in America. They did the 80s version. You know, the punk version is much better. But the 80s version is still cool. It almost got me out of my chair to start to dance. I had a great time. The last time I danced to that song was in Vegas, which was also another time of my life, but had a really good time on Friday night. I thought they were fantastic. Great singing, great band overall. Everybody should go see the Jam Machine. Great, great fun. Okay? So the word of the day is denial. It is not another river in Egypt. Okay? Denial is a defense mechanism in which the individual refuse to recognize or acknowledge objective facts or experiences. It's an unconscious process that serves to protect the person from discomfort and anxiety. Well, I was thinking about that. Man, I've been in denial about so many things. I was kind of in denial about Loud and Local. I was really thinking that Loud and Local was going to take off. I was really hoping, man. I was really trying and pumping a lot of money into it, and a lot of time and a lot of effort. But I do want to say this. So, I want to thank everyone who supported Loud and Local. It's not an end, it's just a change. Outlaw Radio will continue, and our focus will always remain local, 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 and we will always support, no matter what. Okay? And no matter the views, likes, or shares, we don't care about that stuff anymore. We're just going to continue doing our shows, playing great music, and having a great time because me and Jim are just 2 regular guys living in Cleveland, Ohio, having a good time playing music. All right? So, yeah. Denial is a good song from Seven Dust too. You're absolutely right. That is a great song. And the lyrics in that song, dang. Okay? So, all right, we're going to jump to one more song. And then we have something very cool I want to share with you guys before we chime out for the evening. But this is not a new song. We played them once before. They just recently played on WMMS. What is it, like 10 Minutes to Midnight or whatever their metal show is called? I can't remember. Johnny Rawker would know. But also, Jason P., you should like this song too. But this is Inherently Lost. This song is called Unraveling. And it reminds me of a lot of this band from Cleveland called Inducing Panic, which is probably one of the weirdest metal bands I've ever seen. Besides, like Green Jelly or something like that. Or Gwar, But Inherently Lost, this is super cool. So guys, check this out. I'm going to hit it right now. Enjoy this song. All right, back at you, buddy. All right, so we went out Friday, part of the Cover Wars, and me and Jim were working on, we got to get so many bands seen and everything. So we were out, we saw Jam Machine. As I mentioned, they were a really cool band, but I want to show a couple of the photos from that night because it was really a fun time. I had a great time, and there was tons of pretty girls there, which you don't see a lot. And I noticed that the local man, which Matt Gutka, you need to come to the local in North Homestead. There's a ton of girls that come to these shows, and they're girls in our age range, not the little girls that cause you problems. And so yeah, this is really weird. I don't know why the picture showed up sideways, but there's your sideways view of Priscilla, from the band Mike and Priscilla, and from the band Jam Machine. And then here's another side view for you. We got to see Donald Trump and Joe Biden dancing. Joe Biden, Biden. I can't speak either, man. Dancing all night long, which was very funny and very fun and cool. And man, I had such a great time. But yeah, we're gonna run the show a little bit short today, because Jim is in South Carolina, and I don't have my buddy to do the banter back and forth with, right? So we did the word of the day. We talked about podcasts opening and closing in Cleveland and how we need to get out there and support more. We talked about the drones. The drones are crazy. We did name the show No Fucks to Give because, when I asked Jim how he feels about stuff, he's got really no fucks to give because everything is groovy and we're just moving forward. I do want to put Oblivious thing up there. They got a whole bunch of shows. As you guys know, they have a new album out. Go check out their album. I also want to show you the top, I got to get to it. The top 5 from every category. So that's very cool too, right? And I'm thinking about doing a show on New Year's Eve, going from like 10 o'clock to 11 and playing a whole bunch of Cleveland songs and some really heavy rock stuff. So if you guys are home, you could turn it on. Won't be a whole lot of talking in between, just some music. I'm off New Year's Eve. Thought I would play some tunes and have a couple of drinks at home. And that should be a fun and good time. And I'm going to show, we're going to do a whole bunch of new photos, and I'm going to show some of the stuff that we did in 2024, which was very cool. We had a great time. Me and Jim saw a ton of stuff. So yeah, it was very cool having Johnny Rawker on tonight. I'm so happy that we're able to um, show all the new stuff that we've been working on and all the production. And Jim is going to be super happy when he gets back in town because he'll be able to see all the stuff that we are able to do on here, which is super fantastic because it's a lot cheaper than the whole Loud and Local show, which is so unbelievable because we put so much work into that. I would have thought it would have really taken off. And so cool song. Who is this? Missed the name. That was Inherently Lost. And that's a local regional band from the area. And yeah, Janine, thank you so much for saying great show. It's a little bit nerve wracking doing it by yourself. I would have loved to have had a guest next to me, but it just came up really fast, and I wouldn't say it was short notice. Jim told me weeks and weeks ago, but I got so much going on and so much stuff I want to do and get done. I just ran out of time. But the cool thing was we brought Johnny Rawker on, right? So put the word out to all your friends. Outlaw Radio is starting to bring on guests. Eric Paul, definitely want to bring you on. I want to bring on everybody. So we're going to play one last song, and then we're going to lead out the show. I want to thank everybody that stayed with us through the show tonight. We had a ton of comments, a lot of listeners. It was really, really super cool. And yeah, I can't say enough, man. 2024 is almost over. I can't freaking believe it. But yeah, I want to send this out to another band that was just on. It's 2 minutes to midnight by WMMS. Thank you for letting me know that. Ancient Limbs was just played. Johnny told me he's probably going to be played on 2 minutes to midnight as well on MMS. The Buzzard. One of the greatest shows ever. Grew up listening to The Buzzard, man. Grew up listening to The Buzzard. Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio in Cleveland, Ohio, the rock and roll capital. All right, guys, this is a song that's going to rip your face off. This is Ancient Limbs. This is Drowning. They're from the area of Ohio and Cleveland. Ancient Limbs.
Sinking into a sea
Kick-ass. Kick-ass, that's Ancient Limbs. They're freaking amazing. And as you heard it, Ancient Limbs and Conspiracy 216 shows will definitely be a thing in 2025. Watch out, Cleveland. I'd like to throw a few names in there for you guys to play with. Oblivia. I'd like to throw Convey the Signs out there. Nightmare Empire. There's so many great freaking bands in Cleveland that need to get heard and seen and part of the show, baby. We played Convey the Signs on here many times, man. But this has been Outlaw Radio. It's been a good night. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Seeing our very first interview ever on Outlaw Radio. I think I said loud and local, which might be a weird thing, but we're going to mix both shows, so it's going to be very cool. And soon you're going to see Matt Gutka, Casey Meadows, Big Daddy joining the show. It's going to be lots of fun. And Johnny Rawker said, "Will do, Matthew Gutka. Announcements are coming soon." And yeah, man, what a great night it's been in Cleveland. It's beautiful outside. It's a beautiful place to be. And it's a beautiful time to be living. So anyway, this has been Outlaw Radio. I'm going to sign off to you guys. You guys have a great evening. And you take care. Bye, Cleveland.
Tactical nuke incoming!